You want to pronounce that?
Simhaladivipa.
Yeah,
exactly like that.
I didn't realize that Horus could be short for Horatio.
I like the name Horus a lot more now.
But like when you think the semantics of time will be addressed in maybe another video.
I think peace smelling is really the best phrase to sum it all up.
Hello YouTube. For today's episode of In Other Words, I traveled all the way to the University of Pittsburgh to visit my sister Zoe and her roommate Shannon, and we are going to tell you about serendipitous, which is an adjective, means occurring or discovered by chance in a happy or beneficial way. So let's go to that. We are doing In Other Words here at University of Pittsburgh. Hail to Pitt. Hashtag Hail to Pitt. Screw you, Penn State.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, we hate Penn State.
And our word of the day today is serendipitous. Serendipitous was brought to you today by Seth. Seth, the beautiful Seth. We're gonna put a bunch of obnoxious pictures of him. It is a score of 66 points in Scrabble, base score if you're not going on the double squares or anything like that. Serendipitous comes from serendipity, which was coined by Horace Walpole in a letter to Horace Mann in 1754. It was Horace to Horace who invented our word of the day today. Horace is before.
But isn't it like
Horace is with a W. So Horace is before Horace is with a W.
So who were Horace Walpole and Horace Mann?
Well, he is so attractive.
Ooh, damn. I will go excavate his grave.
Horace Walpole was the 4th Earl of Orford, and he was a member of Parliament for quite a bit of his life, and he was also an art historian and an antiquarian. What is an antiquarian, Shannon?
Well, it's like Antiques Roadshow, but in the 1700s, and when you just look at stuff and decide its value.
Horace Walpole wrote to Horace Mann, who was an American who was part of the Whig Party.
I think the country is to experience serious times. Interference with slavery will excite civil commotion in the South, but it's best to interfere. Now is the time to see whether the Union is a rope of sand or a band of steel.
He was writing about the Persian fairy tale called The Three Princes of Serendip, and it's a ridiculous, pea-smelling adventure. Once in a land far away called Serendipo, there was a king who had 3 sons. He wanted them to be very intelligent to be able to take over his role, so he sent them off to be tutored. When they returned, he spoke to them and was going to decide whether or not they had been tutored enough.
Well, after years of tutoring, I deem your knowledge sufficient. And now I want to lead a life of quiet contemplation. So, I think one of you should take over for me on the throne.
But you're so wise. You're so gracious. How could we ever replace you?
I guess you're right. Now leave.
But, okay, sure.
And so the princes were banished. On their way out of Serendipo, they started to come across unusual circumstances along the road.
There are these 3 weird guys who just feel like smelling piss.
Whoa, I see some tracks. I think there might be a camel here. But no, if there's a camel, how come there's only grass eaten on one side of the road?
It's actually, no, they're not even 3. There was just one specific one.
That one dude
saw a puddle of piss and was like, I gotta smell this. Hey guys, I smelled some piss. It's definitely a pregnant woman.
What?
I found some piss, I smelled it, and it's a pregnant woman's.
Yo, has anyone seen my camel?
You mean a camel that walks kind of funny and is blind in one eye?
Can a hot pregnant woman?
You know that she's got them childbearing hips.
He's like, as soon as you pop out that baby.
Like, gonna put another one in there.
Irish twins. Should I explain Irish twins?
You should at least explain Irish twins.
Okay, so Irish twins are when you have 2 children born in the same year, because as soon as you pop one kid out, you get pregnant with another.
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, wait. How do you know?
See, we came across tracks that were uneven, so we deduced that the camel had a gimp leg. And then we realized that there were only grass eaten on one side of the road, even though the grass that wasn't eaten was the better grass, so we decided that the camel was blind in one eye.
I smelled some piss and it was a pregnant woman.
Sure seem to know a lot about my camel. You know what that means. What? Execution.
What? No, that doesn't make any sense. Why would we get executed for just seeing some signs?
And suddenly, the camel appeared over the sand dunes.
How serendipitous!
And yeah, so that spawned Serendipity by Horace Walpole. But that is not technically our word of the day today. Our word of the day is serendipitous. So serendipitous is formed by the suffix ous, which is a suffix that turns things into adjectives, meaning full of or possessing. So yeah, advantageous, you are full of advantage. Although technically ous is a science thing too, I suppose. So here's Zoe with dumb science fact.
So like if it's like sulfurous acid, because there's like sulfuric acid, there's hydrosulfuric acid, like sulfurous acid, it has like 2 protons.
So what's the difference between sulfuric and sulfurous?
Sulfuric has 3, and then sulfurous has 2. So like the actual chemical formula for sulfurous is HSO4 minus, while sulfuric is H2SO4 minus.
Exactly
It's
what I was
H2SO4.
Nerd.
I'm the only science one in my life.
They are chemicals in your brain though, you're thinking that thing. You're like, love is chemicals.
Stop being serotonin.
Dopamine and serotonin makes love. We're having lots and lots of facts,
Well,
not
plus that
only
too. I think also
just
epinephrine.
about words, which are clearly more important, but also some science from Zoe. So that was that. So what we learned essentially is that serendipitous comes from serendipity, which was coined by Horace Walpole in 1754 in a letter to Horace Mann. And that's our episode for today. Subscribe for lots more words and roots and all kinds of different facts and fun, exciting things to learn about.
Pizza countdown! Purple lipstick is stupid.
You're stupid! You're not even the one sitting on the wood!
Yeah, I'm only half sitting on the chair. I am only half sitting on the wood.
Maybe you should
Right,
get
I will
a
move-
smaller butt. I'll just get comfortable over here
No,
with
because that's
Shannon.
Shannon's way.
Yes.
This is how it's going to be. They were not lovers, they were
Do they
just-
have
they were
do they have a
politicians.
Romeo and
That's okay, that's how it is
I
now.
don't care.
The cat has a do-rag now. We went all the way from Serendipito to Compton.
How serendipitous!